I ask in advance to forgive the vocals. My name is Luca. I live on the second floor. I live upstairs from you. Yes, I think you've seen me before. If you hear something late at night, some kind of trouble, some kind of fight, just don't ask me what it was. Just don't ask me what it was. Just don't ask me what it was. Yes, I think I'm okay. Walked into the door again. At least that's what I'll say if you ask me. It's not your business anyway. I guess I'd like to be alone, with nothing broken, nothing thrown. Just don't ask me how I am. Just don't ask me how I am. Just don't ask me how I am. I've been looking at this song the past couple of weeks and thought it might make a good one to discuss. It's a great song by Suzanne Vega, pretty much a perfect song, I think, and there are a lot of interesting aspects to it. I primarily used a video of hers here on YouTube as a guide to how she plays it, but also listened to the original, and she has a version out on some new albums that she's putting out called Close Up. Volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4 is coming out pretty soon, and this is on the one called People and Places, and those are the what I used as a guide to how she played it. So with that out of the way, let's take a look. Let's start with the chords, which there are really 4 chords, and the first one is just a basic E, and the key thing here is this finger, the ring finger, is going to be our anchor finger throughout the entire song. It doesn't stay exactly at this place, but it stays on the 4th string the entire time. It'll be here, it'll be at the 4th fret, and it'll be at the 6th fret. So that's the first chord, and this finger's going to stay there as the anchor. Alright. The other 3 chords are related. To make first of those 3 chords that we'll look at, keep your anchor finger here, right where it is on that fret, 2nd fret, 4th string, and you add the little finger also at the 2nd fret on the 3rd string. So you're playing the 2 middle strings at the 2nd fret. One of the elements of this song, key elements if you will, are these 2 strings are going to ring out the entire time, sort of chime, and you see what I'm talking about when we go to this next chord, which we'll do now. You slide these 2 up, 2 frets, and you don't bar the entire thing. I guess you could think of this as a partial bar. Use your index finger to catch the 5th string at the 2nd fret, and let these ring out, so you get this sound. And then the final chord, slide this up 2 frets, 4th, 6th, and these ring out, and you'll hear a lot of times when she's finger picking, you'll hear this. So those strings kind of chime out a lot throughout the song. Okay, before we go into the specifics of the finger picking, let me point something out that it seemed like to me that the way she finger picks, at least on the videos I watched, and it seems like that it looked to me like she uses just two fingers. The thumb, and then the index finger with the middle finger sort of backing it up. It looked like that. I can't be sure, but and so the point is you can play this song with just using two fingers. I recommend that people use these three fingers, one finger per string, and then the thumb for the top three strings. And but you don't have to, obviously. And I think she's just using two. Anyway, but you can play it like that. So. Well, I can't. Okay, and one other thing I'll point out, although I'm a little hesitant to do this, you can play this song too, just strumming the chords, and it sounds great too. In fact, on an early appearance of hers on the Dave Letterman show way back in the day, she was playing along with Dave's band, and I think members of her own band too, and she was just strumming the chords. So you can do that too. But you know, mainly because I do a lot of stuff on finger picking, and I like to do it. You know, I recommend people take the time to finger pick. We'll talk a little more about that in just a second. But my name is Luca. I live on the second floor. If you hear something in the night. So that sounds good. One thing I will say, if you do that, I think you want to take your finger here and lay it lightly across the sixth string to mute it a bit there. Anyway, you can make your own mind up on that if you decide to play it that way. But let's look at the finger picking. Okay, so it starts with that little phrase, and it's just hitting the E string open. We're just fretting an E chord up here. And then you pinch the third and the fifth. And you kind of lift your hand up a little bit over here, just very little bit. You'll probably do it naturally, because it doesn't just ring out. It doesn't go. It's more like. And the second bass note's a little bit quieter too, I think. So anyway, that's the first part. Then we slide down to this. You keep your anchor finger there, remember. Slide it down here. Bring this finger down to fret at the same fret there, the fourth, the two middle strings at the fourth. Bring this one to catch the fifth string at the second. And then you so you hit the fifth string alone. Then you pinch the second and the fourth, and then you do the little chime thing, which is hitting the sixth and the fifth string. No, excuse me, the first and the second. So I don't know if I made that very clear. Fifth, pinch the second and the fourth, and then do the chime. Okay, one thing I'll mention about that is after you play this, there's a little bit of a pause there before you start the next little phrase. And you'll need to listen to the song, obviously, to get the flow of the song. But that was something I thought about when I was first playing it that might be helpful to you if you think of it that way. Pause. Pause. Kind of like that. Pause. Oh, and this part is pinch the third and fifth. Oh, okay, this is just the two middle strings up here, fretting at the second. Fifth and third, fourth and second, and the chime of the sixth. Excuse me, I keep doing that. The first and second. And then back to that other. So you use that one twice. Okay, now we'll go to the next part, the part. If you hear something in the night. And again, she plays that. I've seen her playing that in different ways on some of the different videos and albums. So I just picked one out and focused on it, and I think I got pretty close to how she was playing it at that particular point in time. So I will say it's a little bit, it's not difficult per se, but it took me a little while to get it down. And it was particularly tough to try to do vocals while playing that. But if you stick with it, you'll get it, and you know, it's worth the effort, time and effort to do it. So let's see if we can. Okay, we pinch the. Okay, obviously we're playing all the way up here at the 4th and 6th. Pinch the 5th and the 3rd. Then just hit the 4th string just alone. Now here's where I break my little rule where I said you use the thumb for the top 3 and each finger down here. I keep the fingers faithful, but I use the thumb on the 3rd string for the pinch so that you can be pushing down and pulling up at the same time like you would with a normal pinch, rather than trying to hit these 2 strings and pull it up. So again, we start with the 3rd and the 5th, the 4th alone, then we hit the 1st and the 3rd as another pinch, and then we come up here and we do the 4th, then we come up here and we do the 5th and the 2nd, and then there's a little pause, and then you do the 4th and the 2nd. I know there's a lot to this one, at least, you know, it took some effort on my part, and it's I don't know if complicated is the right word or not, but so you do I'll go through this again because I'm losing the flow a little here. The 5th and the 2nd, then the 4th and the 2nd, and then the chime of the 1st and 2nd. And you listen to it, and it doesn't sound like anything. And then when you play it up to speed, it'll sound more like it. So, and as I was learning this, I thought of it in different ways. Like first is a section with a section of 3 and then a section of 4. So I was thinking of it like this pinch. The 4th is a single note, and then the 1st and 3rd. And then come up here and catch the 5th and 2nd, and the 4th and 2nd, and then the chime. But it's really 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you pause between going from the 5th and 2nd to the 4th and 2nd. You pause, and then you go to 4th and 2nd with the chime. So anyway, but just keep working on that. I'll go through it real quick one more time here. Maybe it'll be real quick. The 5th and the 3rd, the 4th alone, the 1st and 3rd, the 5th and 2nd, the little pause, the 4th and 2nd, and then the 2-string chime, the 1st and 2nd. Then the same thing, sliding it up here to the 2nd and 4th. Something late at night, some kind of trouble, some kind of fight. Okay, then we come up to this part, and you just do. I play this just the pinch chime, if you will. Pinch the 5th and the 3rd, then pinch the 4th and the 2nd, and then chime 1st and 2nd. And then slide back to this position with this fretting the 2nd, these at the 4th. And I aim to play the same finger picking pattern that we did earlier with the But it seems like when you're playing this part, this is the part that goes. Just don't ask me why. Just don't ask me how I am. It seems like you need to put an extra note in there, like at least sometimes. So if that sounds good to you, do it. So I mean, I'm almost tempted to tell you to do that, but you can think of it as the other way if you want to. I like it. And a couple of things. I said earlier that she plays it a little bit differently, it appeared to me, at various points in her career. But I also wanted to say something too. When you start playing this song, you're probably going to mess up notes quite a bit. But the thing is about this, if you just keep going, if you're just hitting almost random strings, this part's, my name is Luca, I live on the second floor, I live upstairs from I was just hitting random strings there, so you can keep it going and it sounds okay like that, but I think it sounds better if you do focus on trying to get how she plays it, but if you get lost, just keep your fingers going and keep hitting strings and you'll get through that. Okay, I guess that's it. Maybe one last thing I would say is one thing I like about this song and what made it fun to work on was that it does have, you know, different phrasing of the finger picking, whereas a lot of the stuff I play is just more traditional Travis finger picking, if you will, where you play the same pattern, maybe with a few variations or something. But hers is, her playing on this song is obviously not really just, not at all just repeating the same pattern. And it's a lot of fun to play. It does take a little effort, at least it did for me, and good luck with it, and hope you found this helpful.